During our feline jungle adventures, first we went to IKEA, then we went to the Union Square Farmers Market. Today we're going to one of the hottest neighborhoods in Brooklyn, New York City. Williamsburg has all kinds of plant shops. They have outdoor gardens, greenhouses, designer shops, and you can even find a $500 pink princess. Joining us today will be Phoebe. She manages the Instagram account called Welcome to the Jungle Home. She's a plant consultant, photographer, and the creator of her famous plant charts. Well, today she's going to be my plant tour guide.
I'm a lonely, hard feline.
I take what's mine and I leave behind.
First place we're going to go to is called Crest Hardware and Urban Garden Center. From the outside, it looks like your typical hardware store. It looks like it doesn't have that many plants, but I'm telling you, this place is magical. They have everything that you wish for. When you walk in, you will see tools, pots, soil, fertilizer. Then when you continue walking all the way to the back of the store, you'll see a door that goes to their backyard. This is where all the magic happens. When you walk out and turn the corner, you'll see a pig, and his name is Franklin. This is Franklin. He's living his best life. He has a gated area and even has his own house. While enjoying this walk, I did not realize how big this backyard was. They even have some big planters that I don't typically see in plant shops. They look like they're around 2 feet to 3 feet wide in diameter. So if anyone is looking for big planters in New York City, this is the place to go. I also love how they have random pieces of art displayed around the place. This mural is one of my favorite. This is totally me in 50 years, and I'll just be staring out of my jungle home. Now on to the good stuff. They have a beautiful greenhouse area just for houseplants. When you first walk inside, this place feels like organized chaos. There's plants everywhere, but they're actually all thoughtfully placed into different sections, from cacti to low-light plants to big plants to ferns. You just really have to look around and take in everything. There's a wide selection of plants. What caught our attention is this Caletheia orbifolia. You don't typically see these in plant shops, and this is just adorable. We love the leaves. They're in 4-inch pots and they look really healthy. We were both debating on whether we should get it because it's so beautiful, but I've had bad experiences with Caletheia, so I'll just admire it from afar. Within the same area, we have some philodendrons. This looks like a Birkin. We have some spider plants. They all look like they're baby sized. Up top, we have some peperomias, monsteras, and this Caletheia ornata that I killed before. Don't forget to look up top where they have beautiful hanging plants. From pothos to lipstick plants to big baskets of ferns. Do you see any of your wish list plants? There's a lot of different peperomias on this table right here. What caught my eye was this parallel peperomia. This was actually a plant that I was looking for a while ago and I finally got it. It's quite small and I just love the stripes on these things. These plants were all within the range of $9 to $15. Besides a pig, another thing I was not expecting to see today was a parrot. Crest has a parrot. They literally have everything. I'm so in love with this place. Here we have some more medium light plants. This is my favorite Caletheia, is the Makoyana. Here we have some Tradescantia. Phoebe was telling me how they grow like weed. These grow like crazy and she had a lot at home. Before this year, I never really noticed them, but I really like the colors on these plants. These plants are even in bloom. I love the little tiny flowers and just the pop of purple color. It's adorable. On the side of the greenhouse over here, we have a variety of different cactus and succulents. What caught my eye was this fuzzy looking cactus, but when I got closer I realized that there's actually spikes on it, so it's very deceiving. Hidden over here we have some whalefin sansevierias. This is actually the first time I've seen these in a plant shop. This is for $88, which isn't bad, especially if you get this one, which has 4 cuttings in it. I was so happy to see these variegated prickly pear cactuses. This is actually one of the things I wanted to get today, and I just love the colors on these things and also the parts that look like bunny ears. I also like that these are pet friendly and the spikes are actually not prickly to touch. There's actually a designated area for ferns. As they describe here, they love humidity. They have a great selection from staghorn ferns to mount to more delicate looking ferns. This is called a rabbit foot fern. I've never seen this before, but their rhizomes grow out and they resemble a rabbit's foot. Phoebe was also telling me how these are one of the easier ferns. Let me know if you have any experience with this. It feels like you're touching a rabbit's foot, which makes it super weird, but we just couldn't stop touching it. Here's another fun looking fern. I totally recommend that you guys come check this place out yourself. There's so much to see and it's just the first plant shop. Let's move on to the next one. The next place we're going to is pretty close by. Following the Metropolitan Avenue, we walk westwards about 3 blocks and we're gonna go to the Chelsea Garden Center. The Chelsea Garden Center has a broad selection of nursery stock, potteries, and most exciting acclimated tropical houseplants. So let's go in and check it out.
I'm trying to. You give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go for it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in.
Walking past the flowers, the first thing I see is a mature-sized monstera. The monstera leaves are really big and they all have really good fenestration. Looking on top, I see some string of hearts. Moving past that, I saw some aglaonemas that I've never seen before, like this chocolate aglaonema. I love how it has dark green leaves with a red back, and how the red back actually reflects on these stripes. It's really beautiful. Right next to it is a really cool looking one that's called the Pink Moon Aglaonema. It has a really cool name and I love the specks that are on it and also the pink highlights in the middle. These are for $16.95, which is a very affordable price. I was expecting it to be more expensive.
There's no doubt that I should be with, that I should be. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in.
Here we're beginning to see a more medium-sized plant. This is a rubber tree that's a pretty decent size. I see some monsteras in the back and also a fiddle leaf fig. Swinging around the corner, we're beginning to see smaller house plants like these pothos. Phoebe actually found a gem. It's the Hoya macrophylla. I actually love the one that Phoebe got, and I've been eyeing for one for a long time. This was only $34.95 for such a big one. It's one of those plants that I've only seen on the internet, so it was fascinating to actually touch it. I expected it to feel like a lizard's skin, but it's actually softer than that. She was teaching me how it's supposed to feel when it needs watering. It would feel soft and flimsy.
Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep.
Here are more terrarium-sized plants that are in 2-inch pots. This looks like some kind of alocasia, and we actually bonded with a stranger talking about alocasias and the spider mites that goes with it. Do you guys have the same problems with spider mites and alocasias? I actually only have one alocasia and it keeps getting spider mites.
For it, cause I want you close. I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know
I recently bought a terracotta bowl that's around 12 inches wide, and I wanted to make it a terrarium style planter, and Phoebe was just recommending me plants that would look good or would be easy to care for. This was one of the plants that she pointed out that was very interesting looking. There's some other ones.
where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign.
This one still seemed like the cutest one out of the bunch. On the other hand, there are more plants that were more fern-like, so I was just trying to stay away from that. This is another cute one that Phoebe picked out that has this pink color to it that's very different.
Say you think about it too. When the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with, that I should be. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in.
Turning the corner here, we have a dedicated area for succulents and more cactus. These would all be really good in direct, bright sunlight. I also think they'll look cute in my terrarium terracotta pot.
Here we go again, staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Yeah, give me a sign. Give me a sign. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. Don't know if I can decipher how your mind works. Yeah, you leave me wondering what it's like to feel your skin. I will keep on trying till you give me a sign.
I don't know.
Give me a sign.
I never got them a leash, so I
Give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more.
We've only visited 2 plant shops so far, and they both have very different vibes. The Chelsea Garden Center is definitely more laid back, more of a garden center feel. We actually made some unexpected finds, and I made purchases on a few of the plants that we saw before. Can you guys guess which ones I got? Feel free to leave in the comments below on what plants you think I got. Alright, now it's time to move on to the next plant shop. This next spot is a little bit further away. Going down onto Grand Street, you walk about 5 blocks to go to Sprout Home. Looking on the outside, Sprout Home is definitely more modern looking than the Chelsea Garden Center. So let's go inside to take a look. Due to COVID, you can only go inside by appointment. They had a 6 feet area in the front where they had some common plants that they had in the shop that you could purchase. But if you wanted to go any further inside, you would have to book an appointment. I was happy to see some of my wish list plants like the jewel orchid and the Swiss cheese plant. Actually, I just found out recently that due to COVID, they'll be closing down their New York store. They're gonna try to stay open until the end of October, so now is a great time to check it out before it closes down. I definitely will make an appointment and try to check it out myself too. Now that I noticed it once, I'm beginning to see this guy everywhere. It does grow like weed. Now I just want to bring your attention to this totem of heart-shaped philodendrons. This is one of my goals for my micans. I think it will look amazing. One of the great things about being a plant consultant is that you actually get to plant shop for other people. Phoebe is FaceTiming her friend and client about a Golden Pothos totem that he's been looking for, and we found one at Sprout Home for a really good price, so now she's just FaceTiming him to see if he's interested in this plant. Although we couldn't experience the whole shop, there was a lot to see even in that 6-foot radius that we were inside. It was very eventful, and I hope to come back soon before they close down. I forgot to take a video of it, but Phoebe actually brought me to this Colombian coffee place that was amazing. I'm not a coffee drinker, but I highly recommend it with a lot of milk. The place is called Division, and it's right next to Sprout. If you decide to follow the same path that we did to go to these plant shops, I highly recommend that you take a break at this coffee spot. Now this next spot is further away. Following Wythe Avenue, we walk about 20 minutes. So So we decided to take a break at Levain Cookies. It was so good. I ordered 3 cookies and I think the raisin and the walnut chocolate chip was my favorite. It also tasted like diabetes, but I think it was worth trying it at least once. We took the more scenic route, which is through McCarran Park, where there's a farmer's market happening. Continuing the path on Wythe Avenue, you will make a turn once you hit Banker Street. After about a 20-minute walk, we finally arrived to Tula Plant and Design. I really like the unique plants that you can find in this shop. A lot of these specimens I did not see in the other shops, and even if I did, these were a lot bigger. I would say if you're looking for a more arid houseplant, needing a plant that doesn't mind dry air, I would totally recommend going to Tula. The plants look like art pieces and I love the way they feel in the interior of the plant shop. Besides the rare plants, they also have common house plants like these peperomias. They even have one of my all-time favorites, which is this peperomia frost. They also have a small selection of pot and hanging planters. This one is my favorite. It's a cone-shaped hanging planter that is also terracotta. One of the highlights is seeing the booby cactus. This plant has been on my wish list. I can't believe I didn't take a video of it, but of course I took a photo with it for the next time I come and buy it. Tula was one of the favorite plant shops I visited today. It seemed like each plant was carefully selected, and I also love the interior of the space. Just look at this skylight, it's amazing. I think the interior really complemented the plants that were inside the space. Now we're gonna go to our last and final plant shop of the day. Going north on Franklin Street, we're gonna stop by Greenery Unlimited. We also met up with Agatha, also known as PlantMa on Instagram, who was trying to buy the pink princesses that were in the shop that day. Seeing this line did not help because we were really trying to go in to hold down those 2 pink princesses. This is actually the only plant shop that we had to line up for, and I hope it's worth it. They had some plants displayed on the sidewalk, which made me really excited to see what was inside. Here we have some begonias, some different kinds of sansevierias, and cacti. Oh, I think this is a rickrack cactus. I love how funky this looks. I'm really into weird looking plants, and this is something I want to add into my collection. They even have a sale rack of heavily discounted plants like Pilea, Sansevieria, and Calicoes for $3. They're not in the greatest condition, but with some love, it'll be totally fine. After 15 minutes, we were in front of the line, and of course, we let Agatha first so she can claim her pink princess. I've never seen such big pink princesses in my life. They're each about $500 and you can only buy one at a time. It was a huge dilemma to pick which plant to buy, the one with more leaves or the one with better variegation. What do you guys think? Which one would you have picked? After a while, Phoebe joined to decide on which one to buy. We needed another professional opinion because buying a $500 plant takes a whole team. Finally, a decision was made and we were able to enjoy and look around the shop. One of my favorite parts of this shop is this huge plant shelf. This is something I would like to install in my house in the future. A top to ceiling plant shelf is goals. Another highlight is this living green wall. It's one of the first things you see when you walk into the shop. They even have a care guide for each plant that they have in the shop, which I thought was a very thoughtful detail to add. This concludes the 5 plant shops that we visited in Williamsburg, Brooklyn today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is actually the perfect spot to end because we got to take a break at the Transmitter Park, which is a waterfront park that has a view of Manhattan, which is perfect before I head home to show you guys the plants that I got. Hi guys, I just came back from plant shopping with Phoebe of Welcome to the Jungle Home on Instagram. She took me around this area in Brooklyn that I've never been to before, and she took me plant shopping on her favorite plant shops. So I want to show you what I got, and the first thing I got was this variegated opuntia. I think that's what it's called, and it's basically a variegated prickly cactus. I was actually eyeing this one, and we got this at Crest Hardware. They had like 20 of these, and we were just both like deciding on which one's the best to choose. Was it like the shape or is it more variegation? And at the end I chose the shape, and I really liked how this one looked, how it looked like an alien with bunny ears and like these little like antler things are really cute. So I ended up choosing this, and it looks like he has like a friend here too. So I'm very excited about this guy, and yeah, I can't wait to repot it. You can really see the variegations. I'm really obsessed with it. It's so cute, oh my god. The next thing I got is this Hoya macrophylla, I think it's called. And I'm so happy with this specimen. It's so full. It's a 6-inch pot. I got this from Chelsea Market. No, sorry, Chelsea Garden Center. Sorry, I'm like freaking out because like me is trying to play with the stems. But yeah, I've been wanting this one for a long time. I've been wanting this one for a long time just because I really love the... Okay, I'm gonna have to put this somewhere where she can't reach. Yeah, so continuing on, this has been on my wish list. I just love the huge Hoya leaves. This one's like the size of my hand, and then I also love the texture that's on it. It kind of reminds me of a crocodile skin. And then it also has this white creamy edge, similar me. Oh god, no, me, I really like this one. Please don't destroy it. So yeah, this one is like the Crimson Queen. Can you see it? You see it now? Okay, good girl. So this one's like the Crimson Queen, where it has this creamy yellow edge to it. And I can see on some of them, they actually become pink. And I think that's due to sun stress. But yeah, I'm really happy to add this to my collection. It has these long stems, so I know that it's gonna get even more leaves. So I'm really excited about this one. And Phoebe actually saw this one at the Chelsea Garden Center. I didn't even see it. There was only like 2 or 3 of them, and it was such a great price that I just had to get my hands on it. Like it? Yeah. Let me put this away until before she gets more distracted. The next thing I got was this Aglaonema chocolate. This one was also from the Chelsea Garden Center. I've never seen this. Actually, I've just never seen or heard of this type of Aglaonema. So when I saw it, I was so amazed by the foliage. When you just look at it straight on, it's this really dark foliage with like patterns on it. And then when you have the light flashing behind it, reflecting behind it, it gives this chocolate color, and I guess that's how it got its name. Due to the red back mixed with the green front, it gets this really chocolate color. And I just really like the different foliage. This one I got was really healthy. It has 2 new leaves that are still soft, and there's a new leaf coming out. So I'm really excited to add this in my collection. I only have 1 other Aglaonema, so really happy about this. So those are the things that I got, and I want to show you what Phoebe got me, which is why I love plant friends. She gave me some cuttings of her Transdescantia Nanook. They don't look like they're in great shape right now, but she told me if I just stick this in soil, they'll grow like crazy. She had like a full bowl of this, and this was just like some of the cuttings that she gave me. So thank you so much for this. She also gifted me one of her plant tarps. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so excited about this because this gets sold out right away within the day all the time. And I'm so happy that she gifted me with this. This is so useful for repotting to make sure that the soil doesn't get everywhere. And yeah, so I'm actually going to use this to repot my stuff so you can see how you can use this later. What we discovered too was that it's really good to take this plant shopping because this actually acts as a protection for my plants. What we did was, so this was the Variegata Panthea was the first thing I got, and I was like, no way it's going to make it to the end of my trip. Like for sure these little bunny ears were gonna fall off. And then I was like, wait a minute, let's see what I have in my bag. And that's when Phoebe gave me this already. So I'm like, let me try wrapping this around my plant just to protect it. So we actually wrapped it around my plant, and then I put my hairband around at the base, and then just like this, and I just put it in my bag. And it protected my plant the whole time, which I'm so grateful for. I got to, you know, bring this back with the cute little bunny ears. And it was like I would say an 8-hour trip of this being in my bag. And yeah, no damage whatsoever. Thank you guys for staying till the end. I know this video is longer than my usual videos, but I really wanted to give you guys an in-depth review on the plant shops that are in Brooklyn. Let me know if you guys actually follow this path. It was a really nice day to walk around. It's a good walk and you get to visit 5 different plant shops at once. So let me know if you guys actually follow this path. I would love to know what you guys get. I feel like every day the plants would be different. As always, if you guys have any comments, please leave it in the comment section below. Let me know which one was your favorite plant shop, or is there a plant shop that I didn't visit and you guys would love me to go to? Leave it in the comment section below. If you guys like this video, please give me a huge thumbs up. Again, if you haven't followed me, why not subscribe now? Thank you. Bye.
Whispering soft, alluring signs, wrapping you around my finger, gently touch, full of spell, blinding you into another, sneaking around, hunt and prey, to find me another lover. Behind closed doors, an empty space, we're in a secret love encounter. I'm a lonely, hard feline. I take what's mine, then I leave behind. I'm a lonely, hard feline.
I take what's mine and I leave behind.